Okay, if you've been following my boxing journey, you know I'm here boxing with the former Russian Olympic head coach, Vlad, here in Valrico, Florida. He is teaching the absolute best fundamentals of how to be an overall athlete and sprinkling a tad bit of boxing knowledge to transform an average human being into someone who can defend themselves and everyone around them. Today was a super highlight of that. We just actually finished sparring, and although it may not be what a professional might look like, but for my current progression, I am beyond proud of the progress that was showcased in today's ring. Today we worked on some advanced combos, doing our 1-2s, our check hooks, but in a very unique, mind corresponding way, understanding what punch to throw, what foot, and just piggybacking on each combo, adding a single punch or adding a couple punches each way through the combo. And he teaches some of the best footwork and punches combos that you could ever even think of. And what I like to do is really hone in on what we learned today in the ring. And let me tell you, I pretty much hit the same button several times from what we learned in class, the mailman, but a specific mailman, and I landed 80%. So it goes to show you that if you just practice and appreciate the knowledge that is being passed down to you here in this gym, you will become professional. Genuinely, I was even trying to do some of the advanced moves that we learned today, but my opponent was very diligent and aggressive to the point where I'm not advanced enough to perform those at high speed and at a high efficiency. So every time I attempted, it didn't go as planned at all. I really couldn't finish the combo because I was already kind of getting swung at. So that comes from, one, not doing it enough times to be able to do it at speed, and two, the timing of it and so many things of that nature. However, I was able to do a basic mailman, and it worked several times. And I'm super glad of my defense. My opponent was very strong, so when he was able to come at me, he was able to throw me off balance. He is strong, however, it comes from a lack of footwork. So I really gotta watch the video. Honestly, I haven't watched it to see why I was stumbling so much. Even when we do our shadow work, I normally slip because my feet are either too wide or I'm not planted enough. I'm not really quite sure what it is. You know, obviously with more practice and more time, I will continuously work on it and get better. However, I'm super proud of my progress here today. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the spars here. Let me know what you think after 7 months, 1 week, coming 1 time a week. So I'll see you next week to see what we done and how I feel about my progress.
Come on now, hands go. Throw a jab, jab, jab. Come on now, jab. There you go. Jab, jab, look. Jab, jab, straight. Let's go. Word. Dig deep. Set it up with some jabs. Come on now. You got it going, keep going. I know, he gets him in the
No, no te recomiendo.
Your mom cleaned her car.
The last time I did that, me and Gia were outside, waiting for me to wash my clothes in water. Big sponges. She was like, I mine was soaked with water in the bucket. She was dunking
That, yeah.
no, she was dunking hers. Just like took back and put it in the sponge and the water just splashed in. She was screaming.
Yeah, come on, get that down here.
What are you doing? Just use all colors.
Yeah, come on, let's jab here.
You're right.
There you go. Jab, jab.
Still moving away. Jab. With that head. You ain't listening. You're right. You get caught. Right. You want to hold you. You need a right. Everybody,
Start facing the body. Get the body. And then you go.
drop your hands.
Got your chin on. That's your back foot.
Trick. Go this way. Keep moving. Stay tight. Let go. That hand. Start with your rear hand. Start with your right hand. Come on. The beast is coming out. Come on. Move my right. Come on. No, move to the right. Stay guard. 10 seconds. Come on. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Come on. 10 seconds. Move to the right.
Okay, we just finished week 2 going into month 8. Month 7, week 2 here with Coach Vlad, Olympic head coach. Today we went outside, and this is my first time going outside with Coach Vlad at night, and the class is honestly getting bigger and bigger. And I'm so happy for him because he definitely deserves to have a packed class. There's no reason for his knowledge to be underappreciated as it is, but it's okay. We're still growing, so I'm super happy. However, we went outside, and let me tell you right now, Coach Vlad is not freaking playing around. I'm gassed. First thing first, we racing all the way down the street and all the way back. First 5, you get to chill on the very next exercise. Everyone else, you have double the work on this very next exercise. So we're giving it all as soon as we walk outside. Then we're doing cardio, going back and forth, doing our shadow boxing, dope works, you name it. Coach Vlad is having us work on cardio, intensive, and outside is definitely different than inside. And what today's class really showed me is that I need to work on my cardio, which I already know. I do a lot of physical activities, but I do not solely train running. I jog, but I really need to work on sprinting. I really need to work on pushing my cardio way further than what I do. I can jog 10, 20, 30 miles, but as far as sprinting, as in giving my complete all to the cardio session, a couple seconds, I'm gassed, and that needs to be changed immediately because what is boxing? Boxing is cardio, so that's definitely something that was highlighted to me today. I'm going to take note of it and try my best to implement it as much as I can throughout my daily activities, whether that be 10-second sprints, just throughout the day, just because, wherever I can kind of implement it, I'm going to try to implement it. However, class was phenomenal. We, after finished our outside class, we came inside, we did some bag work, and then we hopped in a ring and did some body work with a partner, giving it your all. Body shots only in the ring after a spin, which this works on is one, understanding that body shots are very important and headshots are nice, but if you really want to deteriorate an opponent, the body is where it's at. And also being able to maximize the space you have. When you have 10, 11 people in the ring and you're sparring one individual. Now that small ring has just gotten smaller, so it's very much brain intensive of understanding that one, you're sparring, two, you can only do body shots, three, you have to do proper combos and proper blocks, and four, utilize the minute amount of space you now have. So Coach Vlad really knows how to train complete athletes in so many different ways. I'm going to continuously break down how he breaks down the human mind and human body to maximize you as an overall athlete, which transforms you into an absolute monster in the ring. I'm super happy to be continuously learning here. 2 more weeks, month 8 will be started. I'm super excited to see where my progress is going to continue to go. I'll see you next week to see what we did and what my progress looks like.
Okay, we're on week 3 within this month here with Coach Vlad, and today I am at a morning session, which I haven't been at in quite some time. So today was much more of an intimate session because we have less people in the morning. So I've been liking the nighttime sessions mainly because of the sparring. I get to implement what I'm learning. However, I always forget when I go to each other classes. Like when I start to go to the morning classes, I forgot how important it was to imply what I'm learning. And then when I went to the night classes, I forgot how intimate the morning sessions are, so he can push you even further. So I really have to take note of making sure to mix both of those, because today I was sweating. Today was a great workout. We did a lot of cardiovascular activities. We started with the jump rope, and then we went ahead and did body work. We shadow boxed on my leg. We did calisthenics. We did our push-ups, fingers, wrist, knuckles, and then we did push-ups. And then right after doing push-ups for 3 minutes, we went and held our plank position push-ups in our knuckles, on our knuckles, for 4 minutes. So really just amplifying who you are as an overall athlete with wrist strength and core. And even towards the end of practice, Jack and Sam taught me an activity that they just recently learned with pressing your knuckles on to the metal bar, whether that be your hook, whether that be your cross, whether that be your jab, and just really squeezing as tight as you can. What I'm noticing with all my sports is a lot of squeezing and a lot of body awareness. So I'm loving the progress I'm making so far. I'm going to continue here with Coach Vlad. Next week is actually the last week within this month. So I'm super excited to see what I'll do next week and what these next couple of months are going to look like, really. So let's see what I do next week.
Okay, I just wrapped up the final week within month 7. We are now officially on 8 here with Coach Vlad. Today we did a circuit going around the entire gym, each exercise working on a different aspect of boxing. My favorite within the circuit was throwing the weights, because if you give your all at throwing your punch with a 25-pound dumbbell or 5-pound dumbbell, whatever it may be, if you give your all with it, without it, you should be able to give that same force, but with that same force with less mass that you're pushing, your speed should be lightning, and when you connect, it should hit hard. So for those are very vital. What I'm really loving about my progress so far is even getting into the ring within the circuit of shadow boxing. My shadow boxing is becoming much more confident. I know semi what type of combos that my muscle memory has stored, so I can throw those with ease. So it's less mental stamina that I'm using when I'm shadow boxing. I can just allow my body to do it. Now it's just about being faster, being more confident. And what I also noticed today is my footwork still needs tons of work. Honestly, I used to get boxing shoes. However, there's no excuses for not having the footwork I need other than putting in more work. After that, we got some real world action in the brain, doing body shots and whatever else coach had us do in the ring. And then we just already finished with a round on the bag. I am absolutely loving my progress here. Even when I go to the gym by myself, really training on the big weightlifting, but if there's a bag there after my training, I love to just go to the bag and just meditate. Honestly, it's becoming so much more of a meditation practice because I can get on the bag and kind of know what to do, not think about what to do. I can just go freestyle, just throw my hands, and it's so comfortable to just throw my hands. Like,
honestly, that's all it is. It's just understanding that my hands move forward for punches and go up for hooks and crosses. Just seeing that for myself is just absolutely fantastic. Coach Vlad knows how to train overall athletes and then transforms those overall athletes into professional boxers. So if you want to take anything from whatever I'm doing in life, take this. You can be anybody you want to be, whether that be something that's a extreme goal of yours or something that's just a back end hobby for you. If you put in any time and any effort into it, you will become better and better. I'm only able to come once a week for 1 hour to maybe 2 hours depending on the class. And you see how much progress is being made. Yes, it's going to take longer than someone who's going 5 times a week, but progress is still progress. I am becoming much more confident with just 1 day a week. Do not let time, do not let money, do not let any excuse you may be giving to yourself stop you from at least attempting to act upon the thoughts inside of your head. Believe in yourself, be your #1 fan. Thank you so much for spending your time here with me today, and I will see you next month to see how much progress I made during month 8.